Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be exciting. I think everybody likes this fellow, and we're always lucky to have him on the program. He is an Academy Award-winning actor. He's starring in a brand new motion picture entitled The Good German. It opens December 15th in selected cities. I just pray to God your city has been selected. Here he is, the lovely, the charming George Clooney, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome back, George.
Good to be back.
Boy, you look great.
Yeah, I feel good.
How was your...
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
thank you,
Oh,
George.
yeah.
That's so nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you for remembering.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Good, good. I had it in Los Angeles, the epicenter of Thanksgiving holidays.
It really is another Plymouth Rock there,
It really
isn't it?
is. When you think of the palm tree kind of Christmas. Yeah, I cooked it up.
Really? They don't cook, do you?
I do. I cook it.
You do that weird thing with the turkey, don't you? That's what I know about you.
Hey, is this...
No, no.
Is this like a top 10 list?
No, no. No.
I want to know. Now I'm in trouble.
Well, you know what I mean.
Right.
Well, tell them what you do with the turkey.
No, I know.
Wow, I come out here and right off the bat.
No. But, am I nuts? Did I make this up?
Yeah.
You don't.
No, I deep fry the turkey.
That's right.
Yes.
You deep fry the turkey. Now that's no small feat, for God's sakes.
No, you could set fire to something.
That's right. And you have some huge container of boiling oil. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. I keep it at my house over the year. You know, just for anybody who comes by.
And how large is that?
The turkey or the?
Well, both.
Well, the pot. The secret to it is that the pot has to be bigger than the turkey. Mm-hmm. That was what I did wrong the first time.
Oh, you did that wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I had to learn.
And so you boil the oil.
It's like about 20-pound turkey in boiled oil.
Wow. And how long does it take to cook?
6-7 seconds. McDonald's. Done. Enjoy.
Oh, wow.
Happy Thanksgiving. You should see what I do with the stuffing.
But now, beyond the turkey, do you know how to cook stuff? Do you know what you're doing?
I can cook Thanksgiving and subsequently Christmas, which is the exact same meal.
Yeah, they're similar. I'll give you that. They're very similar.
You know, I do the, and then get the honey baked ham and do all that stuff. There's a promo. I'll get free ham now.
Is it? And is the food good? Do you know how to make delicious stuff?
I cover it in. Everyone comes over and they think it's great because it's 400 sticks of butter.
Yeah.
So if you can't feel your left arm, it's probably good. It's a good meal. Is it getting dark in here? Grandma's waving to me.
Oh, no.
Grandma?
Oh, my goodness. So you really loaded up on the butter.
I did. Yeah, I figured.
How many folks were there?
Over the day, probably about 30 or so.
Kind of an open house thing. People drop in and have...
Yeah, I do. I put a sign out on the front of the lawn.
Really?
And only about 30 people showed up. It's not going so well for me lately.
Thanksgiving dinner here with an arrow? Is that what it is inside? Yeah.
Eat with George.
Eat with George.
Yeah. And picture me like...
Yeah, I think you'd do better than 30, but that's a start for heaven's sake.
It's been a rough year.
But listen, yes, it has. Congratulations on winning your Academy Award.
Thank
that
you
was a very nice thing for us.
Fun.
Now,
I have it right here if you like.
What I remember about this is you were nominated in a variety of categories for, I believe, 2 different films. Is that what it was? Yeah.
That's right.
And one was the Syriana, and that's the one you won for Best Supporting Actor.
That's right.
And the other nominations came from Good Night and Good Luck. Yeah. That was tremendous. What does that do to you to not only be nominated and win, but be nominated in so many categories?
Well, it makes me exceptionally talented.
Wow.
Yeah. Puts me right up there.
That's, I never looked at it like that, but you're exactly right.
That's what I was thinking when I sat down here. Everybody's invited to my house for Thanksgiving.
This award, Best Supporting Actor, is early in the show. It's the first award.
It is. There's a panic that sets in because you really can't get a drink in you before, and they start it right up. And the winner is. You're like, whoa, I'm going out there alone.
Yeah. but then. It must make the rest of the night much more fun, I would think.
It does. It makes it much easier because, and also because I was fairly sure that someone else was going to win the other awards, so I felt that I could begin the drinking process. which was key, I think, to most situations.
Yeah. Have
Right
you,
at home, kids.
and again, the accolades keep coming. This is number 2, Sexiest Man Alive. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. Thank you. I worked hard for that one.
Now, the last one was when, in the late 90s?
Yeah, 1997. So
97.
it's really, you know, it's been a while.
Well, it
and-
show that you still got it, for God's sakes.
Well, that's the same picture, unfortunately. That was the problem. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it was. We felt bad for Matt Damon because he really wanted it, and he campaigned hard for it.
Is that
but,
right? Yeah.
We think he just, you know, came up short.
But you're...
Wait. That wasn't what I.
No, I think
that wasn't a joke.
No, we understand what you're
That
getting
wasn't
at.
a joke I
No,
was making.
we know what you're saying.
Wow. You guys are
But
rotten.
your buddy Brad Pitt,
Yes.
he had won 2 in a row.
He's
or not
won,
two.
well,
Did
not
he
in
win
a
2 in a row?
No,
won 2.
but he has won 2.
Yeah. So now there's two timers.
He was a little upset this time too,
Really?
because it really sort of knocked his thing down a notch.
Yeah.
As you can imagine. He did get me back though. He took out an ad.
Well, he was a good sport about it. He congratulated you, and was this the Variety or
That was in
something?
Variety and Hollywood Reporter, full-page ads. Yeah, that was nice.
Now, who is this?
Reverend Ted, I think, is a reference to Reverend Ted, who got in a little trouble.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I know who that is. Who is
That's
who is
me in
Oh, no,
1985.
this is you.
Yeah, I still wear that shirt too. You'll laugh. Yeah.
Congratulations on being People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive.
Yeah.
You're a friend.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about Brad
You're a friend
was,
of Reverend Ted.
well, you know, the thing was,
good.
he ran such a good campaign this year, you know, and I just think that at the end he started using maybe some of the wrong photos to sell himself.
Is
He
that
took
what
out-
we have here?
Yeah, he was taking out ads for his, you know, they take them out for your consideration for
I didn't
Sexiest
know
Man
that.
Alive. Oh, we campaign
actually
hard.
work on it.
And Brad worked hard, but I think he got some bad advice with the photos. He used a couple of earlier ones.
Yeah.
This one worries me.
Yeah, that's. He's trying too hard.
I think there's too much effort. This
Yeah,
was
he's
when he
trying
was
too hard.
in the Green Beret. Yeah. So I think he just sort of got bad advice.
Yeah, that's
Along the way.
certainly what it looks like to me. Now,
I'm
what?
really glad you showed those.
what-
I'd like to thank you for
I'd
that.
be happy to do what I can.
Yeah.
Now, what in terms of responsibilities that come with this award? Anything? Do you go on tour, or what do you do?
You do go. You tour with the other guys. You know.
Really, all of you?
We got a bus. It's Matthew McConaughey's bus. I mean,
And you go around and you visit other towns.
you get a
and stuff.
sash and a scepter and a. We don't like to call it a tiara, but
No,
it's,
I wouldn't call it that. Yeah. Well, that's darn exciting.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
I came across a story this afternoon, and I want you to tell it, if in fact it's true. It has something to do with yourself and the governor of California, the current governor of California, and it's a bit of a competition, and it's the consumption of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, this was.
It's a true story.
This
then.
was before he was governor.
All right, I'll take your word for
He
it.
was just. He was Mr. Freeze in Batman at the time, so you know he's been on up, you know,
Yeah.
upward move. No, he was. You know, he liked to think he can drink. I'm Irish. You know. So we went to he had a bar that I think he partially owned, and he set up. There's a bunch of people having drinks, and he says, "Okay, we're drinking, and we got shots of peach schnapps."
Ooh. Ooh.
So I did one of those, and I was like, I'm not gonna last.
Yeah.
So I tipped the waitress, I don't know, a couple $100 to bring me shots of water. I actually never told him. Now he'll know, but about 15 shots in, he's just literally is like. And to this day, every time, whenever you see him, he's like, Dawes, he can really drink. Oh, he can drink. I didn't really want to tell him.
That's great, though. Listen, I saw this movie, The Good German, and help me out here. It's based on a book, and it's a work of nonfiction or a fictionalized account of an actual story, or what?
It's a fictionalized account surrounded in the Potsdam Conference when all of the Americans and the Russians were sort of battling over the German scientists.
Right. And our hope, and I guess the Russians' hope as well, was to begin and help establish what eventually became NASA for us. Werner von Braun and others.
Von Braun, nice guy.
and scientists who came here and actually put us on the moon, really.
Right.
So this was the struggle. But here's what I wanted to mention. That Cate Blanchett. Oh, my God.
Yeah, she's something.
Wow. I mean, she really is something.
Yeah, she's something.
Yeah.
She's really, really something.
Where did you shoot the film?
We shot most of it. We shoot some of it. Hang on.
We shoot the movie.
We shoot the film at the. It's pretty there. Wherever it was, we shoot it. Mostly in Burbank on a soundstage because we were shooting it. It's Steven Soderbergh directed it.
It certainly has an immediate post-war Europe feel about it. Not that I was ever in Europe post the war, but you know what you think of in terms of films that were made in and about that time. But this Cate Blanchett. Now, did you?
Did I?
Did you? Are you friends?
Yes, I think I would call us. I don't know what she would call us, but I would call us friends.
Well, she's great in the movie, and
She is great. She's really something.
and lovely.
And the fantastic Tobey Maguire.
Oh yes,
He was in it too.
he's
You
good.
didn't even see him.
No,
did you?
he's good. I remember. He has a scene where he floats down the river, as I recall.
Wow, ruin the film.
Oh.
Go ahead. Give it all away. Nice one,
I'm telling you,
Dave.
Cate Blanchett assures that this film can't be ruined. So anyway, did we want to show a clip? Let's show a clip of the film. But now
I could just act it out.
It's interesting. The director wanted this to be different in feel and look. It's black and white, but people shouldn't be deterred by black and white.
No.
It's appealing, very appealing.
Yeah, I think, and the idea of this was it should feel like The Third Man. It should feel like a Michael Curtiz film. It should feel like and be shot like, and that's what Steven was really trying to do.
And I'm afraid to say anything now because I don't want to
might ruin
more things about the film. But there is a very obvious and nicely done homage to a film of, wasn't post-war, but certainly pre-war, actually.
Yes, to Wong Fu, I think was what we were doing. Yes. I heard somebody laugh back there.
I have to sweep the theater. Yeah.
Casablanca.
Yeah, but anyway, it is also he wanted it to look like films of that age, of that topic, of that subject, and then the acting. He wanted the acting as well to be a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's not so introspective. It's you have to sort of be right out on your front foot and do it. It's hard to do. Kate and I would finish a take, and Stephen would go perfect, and we would sit there and feel terrible for a couple of days.
Really?
It's hard to do.
So the acting for this, the style that he was hoping for, is a little more is a little bigger than you would be accustomed to.
It's sort of more presentational. It's more like the film acting in the 40s. I mean, that's basically the best way to do it. It's a little more sort of out there.
Now, did you and Kate ever get to go to lunch?
Sure. Oh yeah, we ate a couple of times together. We talked about you mostly.
Oh no! Come on! Oh please! Now you're killing me.
Yeah.
But see, I'm so dumb. I'm watching the movie thinking, oh, they're over there in Germany having a great time. But you're in Burbank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you've been to Burbank, they're very, very similar.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
Let's show them a clip here, George. Tell them what we're going to see.
We're going to see a clip that I'm probably in.
Okay.
Of I don't know which clip we're seeing, but I would imagine it's black and white. And probably...
Is Tobey Maguire in this? Because I know it'd mean a lot to him.
Need a career boost.
Yeah. If we can get him in there. It's a. As you can tell from the clip, it's a beautiful looking film. Now tell me about your trip to Darfur.
That was an interesting trip. My father and I went. It was right after sort of all of the, after the Oscars and sort of all that attention, and you get very sick of hearing your own voice. So I was reading all these articles that Nick Kristof was writing in the New York Times about the genocide that's going on in Darfur, and I called up my dad, who's a journalist, and said, "What say we go over there and get a couple of cameras to follow us?" And we took some cameras and went over there and shot and spent about 10 days over there. It's really, it's a daunting task to try and solve, but there's some hope, but it's tough.
And then when you came back, you went to the United Nations General Assembly.
Yeah, went to that. That's intimidating.
I would think so.
Yeah, that's a little. But I don't know. I don't know how successful we're being right now. There's a lot more work ahead, and it's not simple. You can't just say, okay, well, let's put an army together and go invade. So you really need diplomatic help, and we can use it from some other countries.
Yeah. Hard to know in the year 2006 what is at the root of something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it starts out as one thing, and it becomes, it starts out as sort of the North wanting to take over, land from the South, and then it becomes turbocharged with sort of racial violence, and it becomes fed by a big a government that's making a lot of money off of oil. So there's a lot of problems going on there.
George, good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Have a great holiday. Good luck with the turkey if you do another one for Christmas. Okay, I will. George Clooney, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with the Decemberists.